What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Uriah for the hub of fantasy football. My co-host, Foley.
Uriah wrote me off, but I ain't right back. Still in this thing.
And the other person that I did not write off, who I said would win, Evan.
In his... For our YouTube listeners, Evan has morphed into a Labubu today. He might be a little quieter, but I think he'll give us some really good insights.
And look, before we go, I will say a quick PSA for people who play Madden. So I've been trying to play a little bit, found it very disheartening, and like, this sucks. Why does this game sucks? So I did do a YouTube and quick, do not play on classic mode. I thought I was old. I thought I had to play on classic mode since that was classic and I'm classic and that's all I knew. Do not play on that. If you switch to a different way, it's so much more funner and you will pass and you will catch balls and it's fun.
Well, interesting, because I still play on classic mode.
Do not look. Seriously, the Browns won the Super Bowl and you'll never guess who the quarterback for the Browns are.
Shedeur Sanders?
Nope.
Dylan Gabriel?
Will Howard.
Will Howard. Oh, man.
Dude, but look, saying that, I'm sorry.
Let's talk Madden here.
We're already off the rails. Travion Henderson and Dylan Sampson, the real life Sonic and Knuckles.
You got them on the same team together?
Well,
Just like Ohio State.
Yeah. Well, Sampson went to Tennessee. Dylan Sampson.
Sampson. I'm thinking of Quinshon Judkins, the other Cleveland running back.
That's what I'm thinking. I said Henderson. Quinshon Judkins. I'm sorry. So look, Judkins between the tackles is a hoss, and you switch it up, put him on the out on a sweep. Son, they do work.
So I do. Yeah, I remember the first year they switched to the new passing and all, and it was
terrible.
Yeah, like I did the demo in the beginning, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm only ever going to do classic mode. But it has gotten to where on classic mode, deep shots are pretty much impossible.
Okay, so switch is something and something is what you need to get to. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Just precision and
something like that. So look, go to that, and all you got to do is like say A comes across in a slant. You just hold A until it hits the marker and it turns green. If you throw it on that, it'll turn blue. Automatic catch.
Okay.
It's so much funner. I'm talking about one hand. It's
so maybe less skill involved. No,
I mean it's more skill, but it's easier.
Yeah. In classic mode, if you get someone with high speed 1-on-1 on a straight go ball, you got him like almost every time. He'll that's a touchdown. But if there's anything else, if it's any other kind of route, I don't care if there's one safety or not. If it's a post route or something, you are not hitting a post route on classic ever.
Okay, so like I said, switch to that. There's also right below it is a setting. It's not slow down, but I think it's right below that. Whereas if you throw it just right, he'll separate just enough where he can catch it. And like when you throw it, if you mesh left, like whichever direction away from, the ball will go just where he can catch it.
Yeah, now you can do that on classic too, where you can just kind of do a little bit of direction to your pass. The cheat codes are, at least in classic, an angle route from your running back. That's an automatic first down every single time. And I mean, curl flats is still pretty effective. You just read if the flat receiver has someone following him or not, and just kind of spam that.
Promise you, just switch it up, and you will thank me later.
Maybe one of these days I'll give it a shot. But if you're frustrated with Madden, may I suggest NFL 2K5?
Is that today's sponsor? Today's sponsor from the Sega Saturn is NFL 2K5. 2K5.
Terrell Owens on the cover.
Yeah, it's great.
There was this thing in NFL 2K5 where you could get challenged by celebrities to play games against their teams. Mm-hmm. Jamie Kennedy is the only one I remember, but there were several.
Interesting.
Carmen Electra. Jamie Kennedy and Carmen Electra were both on there, and you could play against them, and they each had their own style. Like one of them was like, I'm just blitzing every single play, and one of them's I'm doing 4 verts every play.
So let's get into the actual thing in this whole podcast. Fantasy football.
Fantasy football. Guess who is doing great in the playoffs so far.
For now.
Well, yeah, please say I'm going to lose again. Tell me I'm going to lose to the Bucks.
It doesn't matter. I've already told you who's winning. Evan's winning, and that's all I said
That's
about it.
fantastic news for me.
We just said every time I put him down, he does great. I'm not putting you down. I'm just saying Evan's winning it all. So whether you get there or not, that's whatever. I don't know. I'd have to go in depth.
I might have screwed myself at one point. I have a couple things to say while I can, because who knows? I might get bounced this week, and then nobody's going to want to hear what I have to say. So let me get this all out of my system while I can. First, the negative. I was maybe a little too negative about myself earlier this year when I traded for Baker Mayfield. I did it. I traded away Trevor Lawrence, fully believing that he could do what he is doing now. But it was like, but Baker Mayfield is a sick keeper. I can keep Baker in like the 4th or 5th round next year, whereas Trevor would have been, I think, a 3rd rounder, maybe.
I don't even think I'm keeping anybody. If that tells you anything.
Yeah, that's sad. So, like, it was strictly a move for the future to trade for Baker. And now it's like, oh, man, maybe things would be better. Although the Jags...
Trevor.
Yeah, although that's not true because now the Jags have to play the Denver defense, so I'm glad I have Baker and not Trevor at this point. But yeah, the other thing I will say is I want to reiterate what I said in the beginning of the year, which is when you're playing fantasy football, for me at least, look, I want to have that perfect season. I don't know if it'll ever come, but barring that, I don't care if I lose a game here, lose a game there. You beat me in a close game. I was okay with that. Controversy aside, I was okay with dropping. I dropped several games through the year, but I still had confidence that I would make it to the playoffs. And it's a reset when you get to the playoff. All that matters is can you go on a run at the right time? Can you get hot at the right time? And we put up over 200 points. My first 200-point game of the year
came at a good time.
Came at a really good time, and that's what matters.
So look, let's go ahead and get into this. We'll talk a lot about what's going on. Let's start off with Thursday's game. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'm right. Los Angeles Rams versus Seattle Seahawks.
Should be a good one.
What are you thinking about now? Look, we're at a point now where we know who everybody is pretty much. The Rams, do they still listen? I'm worried a little bit. Stafford's been awesome this year.
Yes,
I'm a little worried.
Well, Devontae's gonna be out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, and saying that, they'll probably still be okay. Devontae was just like, he was in there. Stafford knew he was going to get the ball to him. It was like a safety blanket, safety net, whatever. I'm worried about that now.
I am sad to realize that my PFF subscription ran out today.
Dum, 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 dum.
How sad.
So what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I think Stafford will still be fine. Puka, if he plays, he probably will. He also got hurt.
He's going to be.
But I think Terrence Ferguson or Colby Parkinson. Colby Parkinson might be the one. But the tight ends are more in play.
I would leave. The tight ends are more in play, but you're not going to know who's getting what.
That's fair. I would be a little worried about Puka even if he does play. Like, you're going to start him, obviously, and he could have... Look, he's one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. He could have a good game. But this rant that I went on last week about the Rams that Uriah completely tuned out of, about the way they are in 13 personnel, and the Rams have been doing more and more 13 personnel, which is where there's 3 tight ends, only 1 wide receiver on the field, and that 1 wide receiver is usually not Puka or Devontae.
Yep.
From the moment Devontae got hurt, they were exclusively in 13 personnel the rest of the game. Puka came off the field a ton, so don't bank on Puka having a great game.
I said this 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. You're starting Kyron and you're starting Blake.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to.
It's a 50-50 split at this point, and either one of them can absolutely cook.
Take it to the house.
Yep.
Other than that, I think that's about it for them. Let's look at Seattle. What can you say about Seattle except for JSN, and that's it?
JSN, Ken Walker still, and if I were in if I were a Devontae Adams owner and I'm in a tight spot.
Don't say Cup.
No, Rashid Shaheed had a pretty good. He went like 5 for 45, something like that, which isn't amazing, but you saw the increased usage last week.
Yeah.
So again, I wouldn't want to go Shaheed, but maybe you have to if you're down a receiver.
I would say him over Cup all day long.
For sure. Look, this also just gets into a broader thing, though. If you're still fortunate enough to be in it, be realistic about these people on your roster. Like, there's going to be still every week we're going to get these guys
that you never heard of,
or that you're like, oh, suddenly this guy seems interesting.
Yeah.
There's 2 weeks left in the year, guys. There'll be maybe a couple of players this week where I say, hey, if things go right for them this week, you can play them in the championship. But you need to know now who those people are. And if they're not those people,
get them out.
Or at least maybe there's nothing better on the waiver wire, but just accept the fact that you're not going to use these guys ever.
All right. So let's move on to, we got Saturday games.
Oh, God.
I know.
Oh, man, I just realized that. My life is over.
What about the Eagles versus Washington? That's going to be a yucky game.
Saquon get right spot, if ever there were one. Everyone get right spot. I mean,
you don't know who's coming to dinner, though. Is it good?
Everyone cooks against the Washington defense. It's right down there with Cincinnati and like Dallas.
You would think, but with Philadelphia, who I'm starting the main guys, but I have no trust in that.
Yeah. I mean, look, start them all. Start Jalen Hurts, of course. Start AJ Brown. Start Devontae Smith. Start Goddard. Saquon. Start Goddard.
Yep. Washington, nobody. Maybe.
No, not one.
Okay. I was going to say maybe Scary Terry, but
I wouldn't do it.
All right, let's go to Green Bay and Chicago. How about,
R.I.P. Micah Parsons. This is
Jerry Jones knew, baby. He just knew.
Yes, Jerry's doing victory laps somewhere. You're absolutely right.
He's doing victory laps in his pool on his yacht.
R.I.P. to Micah's knee. Shout out to you, sir. This is nothing personal when I say this.
Oh.
There are only 3 teams in the NFL that I actively dislike, and the Green Bay Packers are one of them. And I don't think they can win a Super Bowl without Micah Parsons. So there's my silver lining to seeing an atrocious injury is that the Packers are not going to win a Super Bowl now, and that makes me happy. Again, not celebrating the man's injury because that's awful for him, but I am celebrating how that affects the Packers because I do not like the Packers.
I would say, look, Chicago is looking good.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And I feel yucky saying that.
Yeah.
Saying that, though, I still have no trust in the wide receivers because Caleb is doing his thing and throwing it all over the place. So
he is. So start Caleb for one. I mean, yes. he's my playoffs quarterback in one league.
Both running backs.
By the way, remind me in a second to go on a rant about that league in particular.
Okay.
I wouldn't start Monangai. He kind of came back down to earth, and maybe he blows right back up this week, but I want to be a little bit risk-averse in the playoffs, so Monangai feels a little too risky for my blood, but DeAndre Swift is looking like the best he has ever looked.
Once again, it just depends who you got. And how's it,
If you're in the playoffs, I think you've got better options than the Monangai right now. But as far as the receivers go, DJ Moore, fire him up. Who the hell knows what they're doing today? I'm sorry if you got screwed by that. He got canceled from the game 5 minutes before kickoff. In some leagues, like some platforms, they lock your lineup 5 minutes before kickoff. So there were some people who could not even if they wanted to move him out. So sorry for those guys. Burden, though.
Who's hurt?
Burden's a little hurt.
That's okay.
If he gets a full practice in, I would say, and plays, I think you can start him. I am in this situation where, like, if Marvin Harrison is back, I might start Burden over Michael Wilson. I would consider that.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
It's tough. It's close. I haven't made up my mind yet, but that's kind of where I would place Burden right now, just to give you a sense. He's been really, really good. I mean, it was like 6 for 80 and left late in the third quarter, I think.
Yeah.
So, anyways, sorry. I feel like I'm talking way more than you.
You're fine. Let's move on to the next game. Okay. Buffalo versus Cleveland. Buffalo's bad. Josh Allen is great. And that is the only way that they are winning is Josh Allen is willing his way to beat everybody. Who would have thought against the Pats? Look, 21-0 or whatever it was.
It was 21-0.
It was like Buffalo's coach is getting fired. Josh Allen is terrible. The Patriots are the greatest things since sliced bread. Drake May is the MVP. And wow, Josh Allen.
Buffalo is bad. Josh Allen is bad to the bone.
Look, no,
it's true.
He's the MVP.
And look, shout out to I don't know if I'd go MVP as much as I like Josh Allen. I'm a huge fan and believer in him. Shout out to Buffalo's defense though for shutting New England down in the second half to allow for like the 5 touchdowns that Josh Allen came up with wouldn't have been worth anything if
they didn't stop him.
Exactly. Yeah. So like that should be acknowledged. Khalil Shakir, I think, is a flex option. He's the only one I would touch.
The only one. Maybe Kincaid. Maybe.
Yeah, he's a coin flip.
Yeah.
Like he is one of these. He's like AJ Brown. He's totally boom or bust.
I love James Cook.
Yeah,
man, he's good.
Yeah, I don't know. Was his stat line amazing this past week? He was definitely okay. I didn't catch his stat line.
3 TDs.
Oh wow, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I watched the damn game. It just didn't occur to me. But yeah, Josh Allen is awesome.
Is this the game that what's his face breaks the record?
Myles Garrett?
Yeah. He's 1 away.
He's 2 away.
I think he's 1.
I was thinking he was 2 from tying and 3 from breaking.
No, if anything, I think
maybe it's 1 from tying and 2 from breaking.
2 from breaking.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. Does he do it?
Let me look at oh man, my PFF subscription is out. I was going to say, let me look at the offensive line grades here, but I would say
Buffalo's not great.
It's not great. I would say he can tie this week and break the next week.
Look, if you have Cleveland, look, you're starting Fannin if you got him.
I would hope I have someone better.
He's good, dude.
Fannon's Fannin the player is good as a fantasy asset. I don't want a Brown in the playoffs. I do not.
I'll take him. Let's see.
I am just holding on to Shador in case he goes on, 5 touchdowns back-to-back weeks and is the locked-in starter for next year, and I keep him for such a late pick. Like that's the only reason he's still on my roster. But no, I can't do it with any of the Browns. I'm sorry. I get where you're coming from with Fannin. I can't do it.
I have him, and I know what he's been doing. He's above average. I will say that. And I feel like if you have that in the playoffs, a lot of people don't have your tight end lineup. Just saying.
I only have 1 tight end on my team.
What happened to? I thought you had
I traded away Bowers.
You traded them. That's right.
And I cut Okonkwo. Yeah, another pro tip for you guys. If you got someone like Trey McBride,
wow,
and you're past his bye, just cut all your other tight ends because you're not going to you don't need another one. Just roll with 1 tight end.
But it's a lot of his percent. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Sure.
Cleveland,
I agree with you.
The only person I can say desperation start would be Fannin. I have nobody.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I have no faith in anybody else.
No. Okay, here's an example, though, one that if he has a big week this week, you can look at him for the championship week. I forget who the Browns play in championship week, but it's someone bad. Like they have the bad defense. Isaiah Bond. If Isaiah Bond has a good week this week, you absolutely do not start him this week. But if he gets 5+ catches this week, then you can start him in the championship. How's that for you?
Yeah, it's a hot take. Let's move on to Los Angeles versus Dallas. Herbert looks good.
Chargers, that is.
Yes, Chargers. I'm sorry. Herbert looks good.
Yeah, with no help.
He has 0 help.
That poor guy.
And look, why is Harbaugh still with Vidal? Leave Hampton in there.
Well, it's a rotation.
I know, and he's doing good. But
yeah,
man.
Yeah, Hampton's still
so
good.
Much better.
Gadsden had his best game in a month, but don't start him.
I wouldn't start anybody but Herbert. That's it. And Hampton.
Yeah, Hampton. I am starting Hampton in at least one of my playoff leagues.
Now, let's swap that up with Dallas. Are you starting everybody?
Well, if Javonte, I'm a little worried about Javonte as someone who owns Javonte in most of my leagues.
What did he do last week?
His shoulder got hurt.
That's what it was. That's the reason I didn't hear anything from him.
Yeah, his shoulder got hurt. So we'll see if that, like, I think he will play. I'm a little worried that it'll be on more of a snap count type situation. But, I mean, you've got to start him. You absolutely have to.
And you got to start both those wide receivers.
Absolutely. And sure, the tight end.
Probably the tight end.
Yeah. If you don't have someone better than Jake Ferguson, you go for it. And Dak, Dak is a fine. Now, in a one quarterback league, I would hope I have a better option than Dak.
That's going to be a tough matchup with that Los Angeles. They look good, man, against Kansas City.
Absolutely. Now, they didn't end up scoring many points on offense, but like 16 points, but still.
A lot of that, I mean, you kind of expect that on that game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Chargers versus Kansas City, it's just like, Denver versus the Chargers. It's going to be nasty.
R.I.P. Patty Mahomes' knee. We'll talk about the Chiefs in a bit. But.
Speaking of garbage, KC versus Tennessee.
Are you firing up Gardner Minshew?
Take Tennessee in the points. That's probably even. It's probably like 3 points.
3.5.
Is it really?
It's minus 3.5 KC. Over under 37.5.
Oh, take the under. Under and Tennessee. Oh, that's yucky. What about Tony Pollard?
I might take the under, actually.
Where did Tony Pollard come back from?
Yeah, he's
like
had
the last
two good weeks in a row. Yeah.
Fire him up if you got him sitting on your bench somewhere.
Too little too late for Joe, who I traded it away for A.J. Brown. What a crazy trade that was in hindsight. Tony Pollard for A.J. Brown.
Yeah, who would have thought that the first year?
But, Casey, I don't know what to do with anyone without Mahomes.
I wouldn't trust anybody. You can't.
Let's start with Pacheco. He got more of a role last week, and they might lean on him even more without Mahomes. But what do you think?
I wouldn't trust it because you got Hunt sitting there.
Yeah.
And it's just you don't know, especially if Mahomes was in there, I would say probably stick with Pacheco. But with Minshew, I feel like there's going to be a lot of passing on third down, and I think that leans toward Kareem Hunt.
That's a good point. I dropped Xavier Worthy this week because without Mahomes, his value, I think, is 0.
Okay.
Minshew's not bad.
Question. This is not necessarily fantasy football, but it's football related. Next year, this offseason, are we starting over in Kansas City? Who is back next year is the question.
Are you talking players or coaches?
Everybody.
Yeah, so Matt Nagy gets fired.
Mm-hmm. What about the Walrus?
We're in the new offensive coordinator. Andy Reid's got that job as long as he wants it.
That's what I'm saying.
Does he retire?
Do you think he's going to want to rebuild? I think next year's a rebuilding. I really do.
I don't think it's a rebuild. I think this is
like a 12-month rehab for.
Oh, I know. I think that
for Patty.
The Chiefs have taken this mindset of like every time we have a bad ending to the year, we're just gonna like reload in this aggressive way.
They have no wide receivers. They have no running backs. I don't see it.
Worthy is not a good 2. I think Worthy is an excellent 3. So I think they're one good wide receiver and a Travis Kelce replacement away from that being resolved. And then it's the offensive line, which they've had terrible injury luck. You can talk yourself into.
I think they need wide receivers, tight ends, offensive line, and running back, and a quarterback to get them through. Minshew's not the answer. As much as I like Minshew.
I like Minshew too. Shout out,
Shout out?
I go back and forth. Have I ever told the Gardner Minshew story?
But you got to. He's from Mississippi. You got to look past that, even though he beat y'all.
Triple overtime.
Beat y'all.
In Brandon.
Clean shaven.
And there was
shenanigans.
There was clear defensive pass interference on the final play of that game against Wesley Smith, who should have had a touchdown, but there was pass interference.
We're not going back to high school.
Didn't get called. Yeah, Gardner Minshew was a freshman. He wasn't even playing in that game. We just like knew that this guy was coming, so we were like, man, if we don't beat Brandon this year and Gardner Minshew's going to be their starter next year, Jesus, we're in trouble. We got the championship before they did.
Do you think they're resetting this year?
Oh, I think they're going to make huge changes.
Okay.
I think they're going to be super aggressive in free agency. They might trade for someone. They're going to draft. I think there's a tight end they're probably going to draft. There's one really good tight end in this draft that I think is theirs.
Sadiq. It's the best.
So, yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. I think he's a Chief next year.
I think Jeremiah Love's the Chief.
That's interesting. Is he coming out this year?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. I'm thinking Jeremiah Trotter. No, Love.
Jeremiah Trotter played for Philadelphia for years and retired. Jeremiah Love plays for Notre Dame. Is coming out this year.
Who's the Ohio State wide receiver? That's who I was thinking of when you said Jeremiah Love.
Oh, you're thinking. I know who you're talking about, but yeah. Well, there's also Jordan Tyson. Anyway, that's another story. When we get that's another podcast.
Anyways,
okay, we'll leave that alone. Tennessee, are you starting anybody beside Pollard?
I'm not starting Pollard, man.
I think you got to.
Kansas City, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Nope.
I would.
This is the ultimate. Start your studs. Don't take risks. This is where, like, the risks you take are someone like AJ Brown who can be boom or bust. But
Tony Pollard over AJ Brown. Heard it here.
Screw that. No, can't do it. And look, it's not like there's no way Tony Pollard outperforms someone like AJ Brown. But
look,
out of 100 times, I would take AJ Brown to outperform 70 times.
All right, we'll move on to Cincinnati against Miami. And me in the toilet bowl, I will blow up this game. Thank you very much. You're starting everybody on this on the Bengals.
Sure.
And
not T. Higgins, because I doubt he plays.
Well, you know what I meant. You're starting the three.
The Chases and the Joe.
Chases and the Joe. As far as
sad Joe, by the way.
As far as Miami, who's starting quarterback next week?
Yeah, it might not be Tua. Turn the ball over.
Oh, wow.
Zach Wilson and/or Quinn Ewers.
Look, how bad did they? I watched like a little bit, and I was like, I'm done with this.
I watched that game. It was
bad.
Listen, we'll talk about the Steelers in a bit, but I just want to say, we've talked about like the third string QB being a cool job. I found a cooler job.
What's that?
Being Aaron Rodgers on a tush-push play.
Dude, he has it made. He just sits back there,
hands in his pockets,
just watching.
I don't like
the best seat in the house.
Absolutely. Like, I can understand having Aaron Rodgers out there for that play if you are threatening to counter off of the tush push, like, oh, it's a fake tush push and they're going to actually snap it back to Rodgers for a quick pass, something like that. I can understand. But you're not even threatening that possibility the way Rodgers is back there. So why have him on the field? Put in another tight end.
To push.
Yeah, exactly. Put in someone else if Rodgers is just going to not even be a part of this play. It's taking someone off. You're basically going out there with 10 men on this play.
It makes no sense. But anyway.
But it worked, Cam. No, you know what? Last night, I've watched the Steelers do this tush-push play so many times this year.
It's not even a tush-push. It's a sneak.
It's more of a sneak than a real tush-push, but it's a shove play.
Now,
whatever.
If you had that 11th man in there.
Yeah, absolutely. But my point is, I've watched them do their sneak play so many times this year with Hayward getting in there. And Hayward got his first touchdown last night. It wasn't until last night I realized it's not Cam Hayward. It's some fullback or running back named Hayward. I thought all this time they were putting defensive lineman Cam Hayward, who's like 35 years old, to do this push.
Wow.
I'm a little disappointed to realize it's not him.
So, are you starting anybody?
DK Metcalf, Jalen Warren, maybe Ken Gainwell.
We're on Miami.
Sorry. We're not even on the Steelers game.
No, I mean, you said we'll get to it, and then you went right on into it.
Yep, sorry. I was just thinking about that game last night. HN, and another example of someone that, like, hey, if things go the right way this week, you can start next week. If HN blows out his knee this week, start Jalen Wright in the championship. That's why he's on my team. I hope HN doesn't blow out his knee. But
I'm not either.
Just saying. Jalen Waddle, that's it, right? HN and Waddle, nobody else.
Yeah, Waddle beat.
You don't even have to start Waddle.
And that's just because Tua. Let's move on to a second yucky game. The Jets versus the Saints.
God, I was hoping you'd pivot straight to the Steelers. The Jets and Saints. Oh. Start the defense.
Which one?
Saints defense.
There we go. Are we starting Shuck? Shuck.
Evan, what do you say? We've got you in your gold over there.
You heard it here first, guys. He said start him.
It's more LSU colors.
That is LSU colors. I like it, though. Anyway, are you seriously, are you starting anybody on either one of these teams?
I started to say Brandon Cooks, but I meant Chris Olave.
Olave in the defense.
Olave in the defense. Yeah, Saints
like
are a
it.
fine defensive play because, yeah, Brady Cook is fun to watch. I will give him that. Brady Cook is a fun watch.
Were you cheering for his touchdown? I was like, oh,
yeah.
I really was.
And shout out to Adonai Mitchell for getting that ball for him.
Yeah.
That's always, it's a feel-good moment when you see that. But even more, before the touchdown, there was this scramble drill play where he was under so much pressure and he rolls out to his right and just hits a dime to, I think, A.D. Mitchell for like 25 yards, something like that. It was a great play. But then he also has just awful plays in there, too. Like, he threw 2 picks, and they were bad picks. Brees Hall?
Yeah, I don't... No, I wouldn't.
If not Brees Hall, then nobody for the Jets. He's the only one I would consider.
It'd be hard to consider him, but it depends who you have. Let's move on to Minnesota and the Giants. Yeah. Does 9 show up?
9 showed up 2 weeks in a row. It's another icky defense. I have not... Help me out here.
Let me ask you this. Before we even get in that, would you be interested in starting Dart?
Oh, yeah. I'm starting him.
And one quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, look, in one of my playoff leagues, my other super flex league, my 3 quarterbacks are Josh Allen, Jackson Dart, Baker Mayfield. I have been for like a few weeks now starting Dart over Mayfield, and it has been the right call every week.
Huh. Who else? Kit.
On the Giants side?
Yeah, we'll go Giants side, yeah. Wayne Dale, maybe?
Yeah, he's a maybe. Tracy's a go. Tracy's a go.
What about the tight end?
No, thank you. Theo Johnson. No, thank you.
Question of the day. You're in the playoffs. You have Justin Jefferson. Somehow you've made it to the playoffs. Are you starting him this week?
You kind of have to.
I would not want to, though.
Their chemistry is getting a little bit better. Now, let me continue to criticize Jefferson as someone who loves Justin Jefferson.
Okay, I want to hear this.
But, I mean, he had a bad drop in the end zone. He's had some drops. Like, he has not done 9 any favors because he just keeps dropping passes.
But he's not, I mean, I'm not blaming him. He doesn't have enough. Anyway, I don't
He's not
think
getting into a rhythm because of 9. Yeah, Jefferson's got to play better.
He doesn't have the repetitions.
Yeah. I'll bet on him to
2 receptions a game. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but it's working kind of for the Minnesota offense right now.
I don't know
they've been
how.
good 2 weeks in a row, but I think something will click. But I shouldn't even say I think. I think you have to bet on the talent of Jefferson to get you to where, okay, he'll click this week and get it. But my question to you.
Yep.
I feel so gross asking this. Against this Giants defense, would you go J.J. McCarthy or Baker Mayfield against the Carolina defense?
Oh.
Asking for a friend.
I would have to say Baker, but saying that, I know a lot of it's coming off a name association.
Yeah.
I just can't trust McCarthy. I'm sorry.
I get it.
That's just me.
I get it. I'm leaning the same way, but I don't feel good about it.
Understand. Let's move on. Speaking of which, Tampa Bay versus Carolina.
Hey.
We got some good games after this. I mean,
this
from
is
here
a good game. Tampa Bay, Carolina. Like, this is the NFC South championship game, essentially.
What happened with Tampa? I mean, with Carolina? Where did this come from?
The good or the bad? Because they have a lot of both.
They have a lot of both. Yes.
They are the most confusing team in the NFL.
You don't know who's getting what, where it's coming from, if the defense is going to play good.
Yeah.
You just don't know. That's the reason I would say Baker.
Yeah. Nope, you know.
As far as Carolina, who... Bryce Young or Baker Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield.
Okay. Bryce Young, McCarty.
Right. JJ.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't have any faith in Bryce Young.
I don't either. Are you starting Rico?
Starting Rico. I have him in one of my leagues.
What about the wide receivers?
I am probably benching Tedero McMillan this week.
Okay.
Hate to say it.
Tedero or Justin Jefferson?
Justin Jefferson.
Okay. Tampa Bay side.
You've been waiting for this.
Go ahead. I want to hear it.
Can't guard Mike.
Oh God!
It was a little bit of a rough start in that game. I'm not gonna lie. He was getting targeted so much and just was not bringing them in. But by God, he got it together, and he looks like he never left.
How many yards to 1,000?
A lot. He's got an average like 290. So
I figured that was coming, so I didn't ask.
Baker really did look like from the beginning of the game, Baker was like, I'm going to see if I can get Mike his 1,000 yards. This as improbable as it is. I'm going to try. I mean, it was crazy. And look, you've got to start Mike Evans these last 2 weeks of the year, no matter what.
And? Is that it?
You can't start Emeka Egbuka anymore. He's got to go to the bench. I know he still had like 60 yards in this game. His playing time has taken a huge hit.
What about Bucky?
Bucky, sure.
Okay.
Maybe you can do Godwin.
Godwin over Egbuka?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Egbuka, here's the thing. Sorry, go ahead.
Egbuka or Tedero? No. Here we go.
Oh, that's really close for me. I would go Tedero. Yeah, I would. It's close, though. The problem with Tedero is that Coker has become more of the red zone target.
But I still think it's Ted.
I agree, but it's close. The thing about Egbuka, just so people know, is he's getting about the same number of snaps as Mike Evans right now, although maybe next week Evans gets more after he's had a full week of practice.
But
when Evans is on the field,
it's going to Evans.
It's going to Evans, or certainly they are always passing. Like if Evans is on the field, they are throwing the football. And when Egbuka is on the field, a lot of times they're running it.
It's sort of like the beginning of the year. We didn't know what Egbuka would be, but we knew Mike Evans and we knew Bucky.
Yep.
So I would say those three, Baker, Bucky, Mike, would be the only people considering on those on the Buccaneers.
Yeah, we're really getting back to basics here in the last couple weeks of the year.
It is.
Everything's evened out.
Let's move on to, this would be a really good game. Jacksonville versus Denver.
That will be a good game.
Okay, so while we're here, who is the best team in the AFC? Is it Denver?
I think it's Buffalo. I hate to say it. I think it's Buffalo. The best team or the number one seed? The number one seed is Denver.
No,
the best team is Buffalo.
The best team, I believe, is Denver, and I hate to say that. I'll tell you this. I should say this. The best defense in the NFL right now is Denver. And if Bo is on his game, they are the best team. If they're not, they're just a really good team.
That's why I refuse to name them the best team, because I just don't have enough faith in Bo Nix.
I don't either.
I don't think he's a bad quarterback, to be clear. I just do not think he is a top 8 to 12 quarterback, which is what it takes to be the best team in the NFL.
I agree. But they're so
I don't know
good.
that I agree with you that they're the best defense in the NFL.
Who is better than
A month
that?
ago, I would have said that. Houston. I think I might put Houston as the best defense in the NFL.
No. I think
it's close between those two.
I don't know. I was still leaning toward Denver.
I think it's those two and then a huge gap to whoever you want to call the third best.
Okay, so
Minnesota might be the third. No, you know what the other contender is? Seattle. Seattle might be the best defense. I might put Seattle ahead of Houston and Denver.
Okay. Who we start for Denver?
Cortland Sutton. RJ Harvey's hurt. I moved him to the bench in one of my playoff leagues because and even if he plays,
you just don't know.
And Sean Payton, I don't trust it. Yeah.
I just don't trust just Sean Payton.
Exactly.
Defense, yes. Sean Payton, no.
Cortland Sutton's the only one I trust to do anything.
Ooh, let's move on to Jacksonville. I feel kind of dirty dogging on Trevor earlier this year, but I feel like it was warranted.
I feel justified.
Yeah. You're going to say that because you're the Trevor Lawrence lover.
Even though I traded him away, I don't even like the man personally, but...
Don't you, though?
I kind of don't. I kind of don't like Trevor Lawrence, but I have said I think he has this elite potential.
You've been like an oil conglomerate just pushing for Trevor Lawrence this year. I mean, you got all your
For tobacco lobbyists, thank you.
you've had all your lobbyists in the fantasy world just come on, Trevor.
I'm pushing that agenda hard, and here it is.
It's worked.
It's worked.
Look, I still don't think he's good. I'm sorry. I know he has 6 touchdowns or 6 touchdowns. It's just not. It's not him. Is he a top 12 quarterback?
Yeah.
Really?
Right now, yeah, absolutely. And I don't just mean statistically. I mean the way he's played, the way over the last 2 weeks, the way he has played. I would say he is the best quarterback in the NFL over the last 2 weeks.
I'm counting. You keep on talking.
And he's had this before. He's in 2022 or 3. I think it was 2023. I talked about it a lot this year. He has had a lot of these games or he had half the season where he looked like a top 5 quarterback and then he regressed.
He is a top 12.
Yeah.
He's 12, but he's in the top 12.
There you go. And over the last 2 weeks, I think he's the best. He's better than Josh Allen or anyone else over the last 2 weeks. Just over the last 2 weeks. That's a small sample size.
It is.
I'm not saying that's sustainable. I don't hear what I'm not saying.
What is the Jacksonville's offensive look? What's their record? Do you have it up?
Yeah, I should have it up. It's good. They're still in the lead of the division. 10-4.
Are they third in the division or second?
In the division or the conference? They're first in the division.
They're first in the division? Okay.
With Houston right on their tail. In the conference, I don't know, they're probably third seed.
All right. Saying that, if I had Trevor Lawrence, I would not start him this week.
Oh, my.
Well,
okay. One quarterback.
One quarterback.
Yeah, against Denver. It depends on your options.
It does depend on your options. What about Tootin's out?
Tootin's out. ETN going to have probably a pretty good week.
ETN.
Yep, and of course I'm playing against ETN. I mean, I think he will struggle because of this Denver defense, but he will get more opportunities because Tootin's out.
He won't have a great game.
Yeah, he'll have a fine game.
What about the wide receivers? What about tight end?
That's what I've been trying to.
I don't trust them because you don't know.
If it were any defense but Denver's, I would trust Brian Thomas and Jacoby Myers because it's the Denver defense. I think it's like flex option, but not necessary to get them in your lineup.
And when I talk about this, just so everybody knows, I am going for touchdowns, not going for yards. I have to have touchdowns in the playoffs to win. I am trying to win. Saying that, I'm not trying to just get by and have a decent game.
And he also hates Jacksonville. So
I do hate Jacksonville. Gosh.
I don't know, whatever my personal feelings about Trevor Lawrence aside, I don't know how anyone could not like Jacksonville, the team. The 90s Jags are just some of they weren't always good, but the 90s Jags are one of the most fun teams of all time.
They had the best running back ever. MJD, baby.
Oh, no, that was later. MJD was a lot of fun, too. I mean, I'm talking about Fred Taylor back in
Fred Taylor.
Fred Taylor and Mark Brunell.
Yes. I agree with that. All right, so let's move on to a nasty game. Atlanta versus Arizona. What about Kyle Pitts?
The whole NFC South is so confusing, man. I don't understand any of these teams except kind of Tampa.
Who is Kyle Pitts channeling right now?
He's channeling
Tony Gonzalez.
He's channeling Foley's love.
Oh my God, I hate Kyle Pitts.
Tony Gonzalez is a good call out though. He's a fellow Falcon.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah, I like that.
Are we Bijan? That's the only person
Bijan and Pitt. I mean, look, you can still start Pitts, and if you don't have a top 3 tight, if you don't have one of the greats. Right.
If you don't have any of the 3, I would say Pitts would be good.
Yeah. Don't touch any of the wide receivers unless Drake London plays. Now, do you
start Drake London?
That's the question, right? I think you get burned if you don't start him, and you get screwed if you do start him.
It depends who you got, man.
Yeah.
The matchup's good.
I think it's hard to not start Drake London if he plays.
All right, Arizona. Jacoby Brissett is the man. Listen, question, totally off fantasy. You finished this year, decent year, saying that, Kyler Murray didn't play. Do you move on with Brissett?
Or do you just start over with someone new? Yeah. I would be tempted to see what Jacoby can do with a full season.
I know. How sad is that? But I also think that is probably the sicko gamblers in us that would be like that. Let's see what we got.
I've always liked Jacoby. I mean, going back to his rookie season as a Patriot when he was filling in for...
He did so good, though, there.
Yeah, I mean, for people who don't remember or maybe too young to know, Tom Brady was suspended for the first 4 games of Jacoby Brissett's rookie season, but because some people accused him of deflating footballs, I would never accuse him of such a thing.
He was just customizing.
I think they just happened to be deflated.
I think he really did that on purpose, but whatever.
And his immediate backup was a rookie by the name of Jimmy Garoppolo. Very handsome man. Very good in relief of Brady. He was very good
for 1 year.
He was, great stretch with San Francisco too. But we're not getting into that right now. We're talking about he went 2-0 with the Patriots as a starter and then got hurt, which was a precursor to things to come for his career. Yeah. But then,
what about Brissett?
Jacoby Brissett came in. Hey, he went 1-1 as starter and has parlayed that into a hell of a career as a journeyman. I love Jacoby, and I am so glad to see him do this. He keeps losing, but he's playing well.
Look, but he is. I mean, he knows who he has on his team.
Yeah,
he has Trey McBride.
Yeah,
Michael Wilson. They have no sense of any kind of running game.
None.
But he knows who to throw the ball to.
Absolutely.
And you have to, a quarterback who knows who to throw to, you kind of got to appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Because there are so many quarterbacks. JJ, you have arguably the number 1 wide receiver in the game, and you won't even throw it to him.
He's throwing it to him. The other JJ's not catching them all. He's dropping a lot of passes. But anyways, we're not bad-mouthing JJ anymore. We're here to talk about the Cardinals. And
don't get me rolling. I will bad-mouth some people today. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm happy for Jacoby. I don't care what kind of game he has. I was going to say I hope he has a bad game because I'm going up against him in Hub South. But you know what? If he has a good game, it's going to be because he's throwing to Michael Wilson and Trey McBride. And I have those players, so it's fine.
And Marvin Harrison, maybe.
Yeah, no. If Marvin starts, do you still start Michael Wilson?
I think you have to lower expectations, but I feel like you still have to.
I think I'm benching him if Marvin plays.
Because I think Brissett has a better rapport with him.
I get it. The on-off splits are ridiculous. I don't know if I can trust Wilson with Marvin in there.
All right. So let's move on to the next game. Pittsburgh versus Detroit.
I already said all the Steelers.
You literally have.
Ken Gainwell was great last night. He is a check-down merchant.
What happened to your boy Warren? Did he
got sick.
Did he forget how to run between the tackles?
No, he got sick. Like the morning of the game. That's why I actually started Gainwell over Warren.
Good call.
Because that morning he came up sick and he played, but it was not great. Like there was one play where he was so clearly about to just break off for a huge run. There was nobody around. He just fell.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Gainwell is a check down king. Like, Aaron Rodgers loves just dumping it off to him for 0 yards. So in
51.5.
Jeez.
Let's go. Start everybody.
Jeez, I did not expect that, but
nice.
Kind of makes sense, I guess.
All right. Everybody on Detroit, you got to, right?
Yeah.
Even J-Mo.
Yeah, start J-Mo.
Look, Amara is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he did some stuff in that game. I was just like, wow.
Yeah, one of the great first half performances of all time for wide receivers.
I agree.
Yeah. I think it's pretty clear who you start for both teams.
All right. So we'll move on to the Raiders, nobody, and Texans.
You wouldn't start Brock Bowers?
No. No.
I would start Brock Bowers.
I can't.
I would absolutely start Brock Bowers. Look what Trey McBride just did to Houston.
Who's the quarterback, though?
Hopefully Geno, because he was
better. It's not Geno.
He was better than Kenny Pickett.
I think it's Kenny. Wait, it's not even Kenny. Who is it?
Aiden O'Connell. No, Aiden O'Connell got traded, didn't he? I think it's Kenny Pickett.
All right.
We owe Geno an apology.
Do we, though?
I'm saying it right now. Listen,
Do we?
I don't know if you caught Gino's press conference a few weeks ago when things were going bad. This was, I think, right before they fired Chip Kelly. They were asking him about his poor performance, and he said, "You know what? If your kid gets suspended from school, blame it on me. If you have a car wreck, blame it on me.
I like it.
If you get jury duty, blame it on me. Just blame it all on me, man." He was kind of saying, he was pretty much coming out and saying, I am not the problem here.
Well,
and sure enough, Kenny Pickett came out and looked so much worse. Maybe Gino isn't as bad as he has looked this year. Maybe it's...
Hey,
he was doing the best that he could.
Shout out for your boy, Besh.
Jack Besh has looked... Okay,
shout out.
Sad stat, though. Jack Besh led the team in receiving yards.
I may miss this, but hang on.
Nope.
There it is. For your boy, Jack Besh.
We got a few test sound effects there, but that was still good. That was fun. Thank you for that.
Tell me the sad line.
Jack Besh led the team in receiving yards, and I think all receiving categories, but certainly receiving yards this past week. Do you want to guess how many yards it was?
72. What was it?
17.
And you want me to start backwards?
They had 60 passing yards total last week. It was pathetic. But yes, Jack Besh, leading receiver at 2 catches for 17 yards. What a stud. But yeah, you still got to trust the talent of Brock Bowers.
Do you know in my one league where I started Woody, I did not get
the fumble touchdown?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to check to see if I got it.
I was upset about that.
Because some leagues count it, some don't.
Pretty upset about that.
Yeah.
I lost too.
That's rough. Okay, since we're complaining about leagues, can I give my...
Yes.
I don't like ESPN Fantasy.
Oh, me neither.
However.
But you probably don't like them. You probably don't hate them as much as I hate MFL. But go ahead.
That's probably true. I'm not a fan of ESPN Fantasy. There is one thing about ESPN Fantasy that I used to hate, and this year I might have come around to the idea of loving it, and that is that the standard for ESPN playoffs is that each playoff round is 2 weeks.
Huh?
You play the same player for 2 weeks, and it's the highest total score of those 2 weeks that goes to the next round.
For everybody.
Well, for the people who make the playoffs, right?
Interesting.
So 4 teams make the playoffs, and then it's 2 weeks of you square off against one team, and then the winner of that 2-week period
moves on.
I used to hate that. And I know it sounds gross in theory, but what I realized this year is that I like it as a good fantasy player, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I consider myself a good fantasy player.
Debatable.
You're not going to beat me over the course of 2 weeks. You might beat me in a given week, but if we are in this format, it really does advance the better team. There's less luck involved of a random week if it's a 2-week thing, overall wins. So I waxed him the first week. He waxed me the second week, but he didn't wax me by enough to overcome how much I waxed him by the first week. And that was the number 1 seed I took out, actually. So, I know it's weird, but I kind of do like this idea of it's like you can't do this in real football because the sport is too brutal, but there's a reason in basketball you play best of 7. It's that over the course of 7 games, you're going to know which one is better.
Viewers, feel free to comment on this, but how many of y'all got yucked out by Foley saying waxing somebody? I kind of got like somebody saying moist. Maybe. Moving on.
The thing. That's what the youngsters say.
What, waxed or moist?
Waxed.
That's like more my era.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're a youngster at heart.
Anyway, Houston. Who we started Houston? Nico.
Nico is really moist in the end zone. I don't know. He only had 4 catches or something. But it was, oh my God.
They were 80 yards.
Going into halftime, he had 15 points with 1 catch.
I know.
It was crazy. But yeah, Nico's so good.
That's it.
Woody's a maybe. Here's a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Asking for a friend. Would you start both Steelers running backs over Woody?
See.
Would you have them both in your lineup over Woody?
Woody. 100%.
Yeah.
Against Las Vegas, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
They're playing Detroit.
That's true.
Gotta be Woody. And
I mean,
look,
Detroit's run defense is awful.
well, that's not Las Vegas horrible.
That's true.
And Woody could have came back last week, but they said he.
Yeah, I mean, he pops up on the injury report every week. He leaves the game every week. This is the first time he didn't come back.
Woody is he's too slick. And that's the only reason I like him.
I agree with you. I mean, I keep starting him. I started him over DeAndre Swift this past week, which was a mistake. But,
yeah. That hurt.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, I still broke 200 points. I left so many points on the table.
Let's just keep bragging.
Well, I'm doing it while I can. I might not be able to next week, so I got to get it.
You wish you could take those 2 points into
into
2
next
weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I were playing Allen, I'm playing Allen this week. Over the course of 2 weeks, I would have and I've already beaten him this year, man. Allen
but this is when it counts.
Yeah, this is when it counts, absolutely. And he might beat me. But over the course of 2 weeks, I guarantee over the course of 2 weeks, I would beat Allen.
Evan plays
Todd. My money's on Todd. Sorry, Evan. If you were here, I would bet on you. But since you're not,
well, I've already called it. So
you're not. You're here, but you can't defend yourself except maybe putting some kind of curse on us.
We heard it here first. Anyway,
our YouTube viewers are the only ones who know what's going on. The rest have no idea.
Let's move on to New England versus Baltimore. Of course, Drake May. Of course, the running back.
One in particular, Travion Henderson.
He's a horse, man.
Was he worth the wait?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not for Joe, because it took too long.
Too late. Wait, what was it?
Too little, too late.
Too little, too late. That's it. I think the thing you have to talk about here is Baltimore. Are you starting anybody for Baltimore?
Zay Flowers.
King Henry, right? You got to?
You got to, but you're not feeling good about it.
Yeah.
I mean, Henry would have had a better game last week, except it was such a blowout that they stopped using him.
Yep.
And started using Keaton Mitchell more. But it's New England's good against the run, so I hate to say it, I'm not benching Henry necessarily, but I'd look for other options.
Yeah. All right. So
Travion Henderson or Derrick Henry?
Travion.
Agreed. Ashton Genty or Derrick Henry?
Oh, Derrick Henry. 100%. Now, I'm going to bring this just because I made this call in my other league. It worked out. San Francisco, Indianapolis. Come on, Brock. Come on down, Brock Purdy. The real Brock Purdy. Please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Yeah, you know you want to say it. He's moist.
My mouth is moist from vomit.
You're starting him, man. You're starting him, and you're starting CMC.
Against that Indy defense, you're really going to start Purdy in a one quarterback?
Yeah, let's go, baby.
No, you can find someone better.
It just depends who you have.
You can find someone better. You can, in a one quarterback league, there's someone on the waiver wire right now. You can go grab Jacoby Brissett.
No. But,
I got you.
Close.
Jacoby Brissett is available in so many leagues still.
JJ McCarthy or Brock.
JJ McCarthy.
There ain't no way.
This week?
I will take a bet right now. What you want to bet? Coke? Here we go.
All right.
But anyway, Kittle, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trusting
Jennings.
I'm not trusting them. Even though I'm saying start Brock Purdy, it's not because of the wide receivers at all. Yeah, one of them's going to catch it and have like 5 for 70. Yes.
Jennings is a flex option, not necessary to start, but you maybe could if you're desperate at wide receiver. Kittle could be tight end one this week because, again, Indy sucks at covering tight ends. Their defense is really good, but not against tight ends.
Moving on to Indianapolis and
Old Man Rivers.
What
does he sound like a character from Little House on the Prairie? Old Man Rivers.
But let me ask you this. Did you watch the game?
Mm-hmm.
When it came on, did you go, man, that's Rivers from like 20 years ago? I mean, it looked just like him.
Well, except for one thing.
He was swollen. But
he
ate some bad seafood.
Man, those balls were floating. Those balls. Yes, they're wobbly and they're taking forever to arrive. There's no zip.
Did you see him run? That was the best thing ever. It was like, water, 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 water.
Do you know what his over-under rushing yard line was last week?
For what?
Half a yard.
He beat that.
He did. And how good must it have felt for anyone who took the over on the half-yard rushing total?
I will take Phillip Rivers over J.J. McCarthy.
Stop it.
100%. Heard it. You heard it here first.
Stop it. It's a feel-good story.
It's an awesome
Listen,
story.
I know JJ is I'm not trying to say JJ is a good quarterback.
You kind of are.
I am not. But like the Giants defense is not good. That's all this is. The Giants defense isn't good. It's a good matchup. Next week he has an even better matchup. I can't remember who. Washington. I think it's Washington next week.
I don't care.
It's not Washington.
He can play Ellisville State School and he still sucks. Look, Indianapolis, the only person you can trust is Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, with Rivers. I mean, with Old Man Rivers, I don't trust any of the wide receivers anymore. I don't trust the tight end anymore.
I love them all, but I can't trust any of them.
Agreed. Sad to say.
And guys, that wraps up the semis?
The semifinals? Yeah.
Semifinals? Good luck and Godspeed on those. But let's move on to the fun part of the podcast.
Yeah, nobody cares about this fantasy football crap.
Let's see. I will start out with recommendations.
Yeah.
Pluribus. I just got on the train. I had to see what everybody was talking about. I've only watched one episode, but I'm in. I'm hooked. We'll be watching probably 2 episodes tonight.
Do you have any idea what's going on?
Yes.
Okay.
They make it abundantly clear at the end of the show.
Okay, because everyone I hear from is like, I have no idea what's going on.
Very first part, the first 10 minutes, I try to watch it 3 times, turned it off. Give it a time, let it marinate. First 30 minutes, you're still going to be like, what in the heck is going on? At the end of the movie, end of the show, or the first one, it all comes together. You know what happens. It's a little crazy, but I'm interested. It got my attention. Welcome to Derry. Watch the first episode of that. Wow. It has legs. It really does. Great cinematography.
Yeah.
And it's like new, but it's old.
Yeah.
I really like that.
I was telling Uriah off air, like I didn't think before it came out, I didn't think Welcome to Derry looked good. I am intrigued now from what I've seen. I'm like, this might actually be an interesting show.
I want to say something, but when you watch it, fine. I'll talk about it because it is a spoiler.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say anything right now. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else I watched.
Have you seen the new Knives Out movie yet?
I haven't.
I haven't either.
It's on the list along with some other things. I will get back to you with that.
We were going to watch it Sunday night, but it was like, it's a 2.5 hour movie.
I know.
We just weren't up for it.
Did you like the other 2?
I love the original. I like the second.
I like the first one. I was okay with the second. Not a huge fan like everybody else, but that's me.
Yeah, I love the first one. I love the character. I love Daniel Craig's character. I'll watch him I could listen to him read a phone book in a Southern accent.
Yeah.
I thought the second one, this is like one of my quirks with movies in general. I hate when I can tell that a movie has a huge budget.
Yeah.
Because one of my problems with Sinners is like, I can just tell I'm watching this big budget movie. And that was what.
Listen, have you seen how so many people are like voting? That's like the greatest show. Yeah. Dude, I was like, what show are y'all? What movie did y'all watch? Because and wasn't all that.
The Vampire Blues musical was not for me. Uh-oh.
Oh, we're off on.
Well, we can finish this up for, unfortunately, our YouTube got cut off, so nobody's going to be able to see these movies that I wanted to talk about, but that's okay. I can describe them.
I will also.
Did you have any others?
Not the top of the head, but I will say, how about next week we do top 10 TV shows, series?
I can do that. Yeah, I can do that.
I think that'd be good.
I'll try to remember to do that. I'm also this week I'm going to talk about, and I'm sure I talked about a lot of this probably did the exact same thing last year, but we have a lot of new fans this year.
Absolutely.
So this week I'm going to talk about horror Christmas movies, and next week I'll shout out a few of my favorite traditional Christmas movies, which will be a much shorter list.
Okay. So we want to do top 10, and then we did it last year.
Yeah.
So we'll just do top 5 Christmas.
What if we drafted Christmas movies?
Let's do it.
Let's draft Christmas movies next week. I like that idea.
I like that.
So first I'm going to say a couple that are on streaming that I don't have physical copies of. One that I have heard so much good talk about that I watched over the weekend. It's A Wonderful Knife.
I hadn't seen that.
Did not care for it. So many people liked it. I did not care for it. at all. With Justin Long is the biggest name in it. It's slasher comedy that's basically like if this girl stops a serial killer or a mass murderer, I should say, but then she's really unhappy with her life afterwards, and so she has this George Bailey, It's a Wonderful Life thing of, I wish I'd never been born, everyone would be so much better without me. And then she sees what it would be like without her
and whatnot.
and it's the killer still going around killing everyone. And I did not like it. The one that I absolutely adore that you can always check out on Hulu is called Puka. It is one of my favorite Christmas horror movies. It is about a little possessed Christmas doll, like a Labubu. It's a pretty similar concept to Labubu. I love that movie. I might check it out again next week. The remake of Child's Play from 2019, I was about to show it to the camera, but I guess that doesn't matter. But the remake of Child's Play from 2019, I remembered liking this. Yeah. It's got Aubrey Plaza in it. I remembered liking this when it came out. I couldn't get through it this time, and it is set around Christmas. I think the reason I couldn't get into it this time is because I watched Megan earlier this year for the first time, and it's the exact same movie. It's an AI doll.
Question. What makes a Christmas movie?
Set at Christmas.
That's it?
For a non-traditional Christmas movie.
For
yes.
anything. Does it just have to be during Christmas?
For yes, that's the baseline. But if you want to say a traditional Christmas movie, there are more rules involved.
So I don't think there is. I think if it's during Christmas.
So you're going to draft Die Hard is what you're telling me.
And Gremlins.
And Gremlins. That's fine. 100%. I'm not going to stop you. Yeah. But we can do that. I
was just wondering what you thought.
However you want to define. I just break it into traditional versus non-traditional. Gotcha. We know, like, I'm not going to draft Miracle on 34th Street, but that is a traditional Christmas movie.
Would not. It's like Christmas Story. I will not watch it.
Christmas Story is good. It's just so...
No, it's
like,
not.
You've seen it so many times
that
it loses all luster after a while.
If y'all are from anywhere else, in the South, we have a television channel called TBS, Turner Broadcasting.
There's that everywhere, Uriah.
But not like 1982, when that was one of three stations. We got WGN, which is for some reason we got a Chicago channel in the South.
So many Cubs fans down here.
Exactly. We have TBS, we have that crap, and they play Christmas Story 24 hours a day for like 3 days in a row. Yeah. And you can't take it. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, it's objectively, it is not a bad movie, but I'm with you. I can't watch it anymore.
At all.
I cannot get through it anymore. This is one I watched last year. I haven't watched it this year. I'm not going to watch it again this year. A lot of people like it. I understand why they like it. I thought it was fine, but didn't love it. It is called Krampus. It's got a really good cast. It's kind of a fun little horror movie about Krampus, the evil version of Santa Claus, invading this house during a big snowstorm on Christmas Eve. The original Black Christmas from 1972, I believe, was the year, certainly early 1970s.
That's old, yeah.
Is so good. It's so good. One of my favorites. But instead, this past Saturday, I watched the 2006 remake because I'd been hearing some people say, hey,
terrible.
Hey, this is actually a really underrated. Oh my God, it's so bad. It's deranged. It is like mean-spirited and gross and not a good movie at all. And
we'll say this for future directors. We were talking about it earlier. If you have a banger that you come out with, don't just make a sequel or a prequel just to try and get the money.
Yeah. You can do it if you like have a concept. Like some sequels are good. But.
Look, if it's good, just let it be.
Yeah. Don't just cash in just for the sake of cashing in. But Black Christmas, if you've never seen the original,
although that bag, though,
that is a fair point. I can't blame anyone for cashing in. To be honest, if you haven't seen Black Christmas, you should watch it. Last one.
Your favorite.
This has become a tradition for me. This will be my second year of doing this. I'm going to wrap Christmas presents while watching Terrifier 3, which is the Christmas one where Art the Clown dresses up as Santa Claus. It's not as good as Terrifier 2, but it is still, if you're into this kind of thing, it is still very funny sometimes. The scene where Art the Clown first meets Santa Claus, I cracked up in the movie theater the first time I saw it, and this is a good like comfort movie for me to watch and to wrap some Christmas presents too.
All right, so we will get back with y'all next week, and Evan says,
goodbye.
God, that was creepy. Look, I'll catch you guys later.
Goodbye. See you in the playoffs or see you in hell.